Hi folks, this is a video to cover the occasional time whenever we want to send something directly from a supplier to a customer. So this is an existing order that was sent to Central Driveline, and it's got a deliver to at the bottom here. So I'm going to try and replicate this one and show you any pitfalls that we'll run into. So the first stage is creating a sales order that matches a purchase order. So there's a shorter video of this available to you, but let's just see how far we'll go with this one. So I'm actually going to start off here with sales order entry. So I'm going to create a new one, and I'm just going to call this I'm actually going to call this here 50339 DS for drop shipment. That 50399 is the purchase order number that was on the sample that I'm copying. Customer, I don't have the customer listed that David had on his, but I'm just going to pick this one, Hog 13 HOG0013. Hit OK. So we can hit save here, and we're now ready to add the line detail. So I'm going to create a new line, and then for each of the part numbers I'm just going to key them straight in. MSD-8300-413. So this part here was ordered one off. Now you'll see here that no prices come up. That could well be because of the 8,000 numbers. So for the purpose of this, I'm putting in £1,000. Needed by, in fact that needed by should have been entered in this first screen, and then they all come across the same. Yes. Of course you can have different, you can have one sales order with many different needed buys, but that's done at the line detail. So that's the first one put in, but as you go through these you have to go into the release detail, and in the release detail we're going to buy to order, and we're going to drop ship it, and the supplier number I need to look it up initially here. I think it's M45 Central Driveline, yeah, M045 M045, just take a note of that. So you'll see here that whenever I hit save, it'll say PO not linked. That's because we haven't done the opposite side to this yet of making a matching purchase order. So we need to do the second line, or line detail. So we've got another line on this. So this is line item 2, which is that part number. And again it was for 1, and you'll see no prices come through. That's just because it isn't on the supplier price list. So even if it isn't there, you can put in what you're planning to sell it for, and then under save we have to go to the releases, buy to order. We took another number, so it's M045, save, and again it will say PO not linked, but we also need to pick drop ship. Save that, lines detail, new line, this line was for 6 off, and it is a part that I've previously been told about with a sales price of 140, which is more than what's on this last order, but anyway. So we need to hit save, and again go into the releases, buy to order M045. Coincidentally, although we're in a sales order, this is pretty much how you would buy stuff to contract as well. Drop ship, save, lines detail, new line, and I think this is the last part number on the sample from David. So we're going to put in the 45 number, 45 number, sorry, and then it was 6 off again, and we need to go into save, release detail, buy to order M045, and drop ship. So this is where we're telling, again, there's no matching purchase order, and that would be the same for all the lines. So when you're done here, you can zoom through them all and see the 4 lines on the order, and you'll see that they're all marked as PO not linked. So if we go to lines detail, sorry, sales order, we'll see all the different part numbers here, the prices, albeit these two are fake prices. So that's the sales order done, and now we need to do a matching purchase order. So I'm just going to move this one to one side, and I'm going to do a purchase order now. Purchase order entry, create a new one. So the PO number will be chosen once we know it. We know the supplier is M045 Central Drive Line, and in here we're going to put in a due date, save, and this allows us now to put in our line detail. So just, this is why most people working on Epicor do need 2 screens. You'll notice here that I've got these releases, and there's line 1, 2, 3, 4 for the different part numbers, so that's handy to have. So under here, I'm now ready to enter a new line. So I'm going to hit plus, copy the part number. This one here was for 1 off, and in here this is where the fun begins, right? So we're in line 1, and if I search here, you'll see here I've got a couple of orders. Now I'm particularly looking for the 149, but I'm looking, see the way there's more than 149. I'm going to click line 2, which is wrong. That's the wrong way, because we're in line 0. Just bear with me. We should be picking line 1. So try and keep your lines in order. Yeah, 413 is line 1. Then we're going to add a new line, and it's 412. It was for 1 off, and we're going to tie it against sales order 149 line 2. You'll see that hit that, save, new line, third part number. This one was for 6 off, and the sales order here, search line 3, save, new line. Oh, didn't mean to do it that way. Well, we'll do it this way. So I'm going to hit search and I'm going to do dash 405, oh, dash 405. So you'll see MSD 830. Dash 405. There's many different ways of finding the parts. This was for 6 off, and again we're going to pick the sales order. 419 item line 4. Okay. So whenever I hit save here, I can now go back to my sales order here, and if I go into one of these lines detail, I go into release, you'll see now that whenever I refresh this, you don't have to go back and do this, but you'll see now that for this sales order we now have a linked purchase order. So these goods are directly for that, and we've also picked drop shipment as well. So on the purchase order, going back to the PO, so if I go to purchase order at the top here, I'm going to approve the purchase order, hit save, and I'm going to print my purchase order. So this is obviously going to the supplier. So in here we've now got central drive line, and it says see below. So in here we've got the different line items with all the different ship tos. These formats we may have to play with them near the time, but it's understandable and it works. So the last part of this is we can close the purchase order number, we don't need that again, but we can go to sales order entry. So at the top here we've got our sales order. We can now print the sales order to the customer. So here we've got the 2 fake prices that I didn't know, the different breakdowns on the parts, and it gives you the VAT breakdown on each line item. Again, I don't know why it runs to 4 pages, but hey, that's the sales order acknowledgement. So we're finished with that, and then the last thing we have to do is drop shipment entry. So this is where we're confirming that the 2 items have happened. So I'm going to pick my purchase order number here, central drive line. So this would be the supplier's delivery note number. So they've obviously dropped it to the customer, but the paperwork should come here. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, drop shipment. And once you've saved that, you can click here and do mass drop shipment, and it will get all the lines with the supplier, and we're going to say ship all. And then the final bit is to mark that it has shipped received. That closes the purchase order and allows invoicing to take place. So that's the complete process of shipping these goods directly from the supplier, and then once the supplier paperwork comes here, we electronically book it in to say that it has been delivered to directly to the customer, and hopefully that helps. We don't do this very often, so it's important we know how to do it. So hopefully it helps you.